Hello, listeners. Hi, my name is Madhavi, and I'm so happy to have you on UppTalk. You have come to the right place if you want to learn about IT and do really cool things with your hands. We are not just another IT company when I say UppTalk. Think of us as your learning partner dedicated to helping you reach your full potential. We have top notch hands on courses to help you build your business, whether you are new to technology or want to move up in your current job. Let's look around this as our first step towards learning.
Is the I'm seeing 10 and now I'm doing slides. Are you able to see the presentation, people? Yes, yesterday we covered the let me open the catalog and when I will continue. Say yesterday we covered the creation of base dataset and what are the workings in it. We got all the topics and we saw that how are the stages being configured into it. We will search. Have we given it a tag? Mine is an RV something. You have given it RV. The first one, I don't know. PR, I think it might also get refreshed. The same parent. Yes, BDS RB somewhere. The next one, the third one, RB. RB to worker data. This one, let me check your walking and then we can move ahead. And we also open my data set. It will also take time to work. Basically did the same type of working. Exactly same. Only I was saying I deleted the event stages also. Just characters. You pass the data and your data passing was employee name, first name, last name, location, country, and phone number. It actually seems good. Correct. And basically, you understood the concept of this one. There's no confusion. No confusion there. Moving ahead, we can also change the dataset name. Let's say I want to change the base. I can click over here and I can change the name. But here, when I change it, I won't be able to get it again. Because let's say this API name, I won't be able to get the same. I went once we create while we are creating. Also, we discussed that when we create a data set, we can change the name of it. But the API name, we can't change it. That is the thing. And let me go to this one. And we saw. And it seems that you also published the data. I published. I thought maybe let's see how it happens. I just looked, not an issue. It has said the transformation will go. Once we published, what else we can do extra? In this case, we didn't publish in this day. Once you publish it, it will be visible for here. Let me go to BDS. Let me show business object BDS IB. See external data of business object. BISM, whatever you created, it becomes a data source and a business object. The name of business object and data source remain the same. See here you can see with all the fields and country and it took field type as text to numeric text that data source. BDSRV worker data and its primary business object is BDSRV worker data. Prism and categories, previous analytics and data, source type is Prism. Basically then ask when I create a report, I can use the same data source. For my own working, basically we're creating a data source. That is the thing. I will remove these stages from my list that I will be able to do some modifications to for the stage. I'll do it over here. And I have also tried to create ode, but it's still incomplete and I will still check if I am able to create it. And then we will cover the derived datasets. When we go to derived dataset, when we go to base dataset, we will get this 3 option to do it. But for derived dataset, we won't get it. When we click on derived dataset, it will ask us to select what kind of, which please select a variable or dataset which you want to use. What it will do is it will use the output of the base dataset as the input of the derived dataset. In our case, we will select this one and click with I can only select one at a time. I can't select multiple at a time. You can see I can only select one at a time. I will select when I select. It will establish a pipeline. It will establish a connection between them. Here we will name as DDS worker data and reached, and that tag will be won't give anything. I think we also didn't give here also any tag view data. And personal data, it's with personal data. Give it personal data and same. As you saw, the process of creating a derived dataset and base dataset is a bit different. What is the difference? When we create a base data set, it will ask us for SAFP. If we go for SIPE, for file to life, a file for custom report, fast for custom report. But when we do it when we create a data set, it will just ask to select a data set. Data set can be a derived data set. It can be a base data set or it can be existing table. It can be any of the 3 of them. Now, I want to go to edit. I go to edit and see, as you can see here, the difference. And between this, we are getting past it as the first, but in the derived data set, we are getting the import stage as the one here. You can see I can't remove it here also. I can't remove it if I add the stage over here. Let's say add a filter over here and let's give manage field here, manage field. And I did done and I want to remove it. The dustbin option is coming, brush button is coming. I can click it and remove it. But that same stage is not coming for parts or import. That's why we can't add or remove. There's already one important parts data. Import will be in the data set and parts will be in the base data set. Here when I click to and add at stage, be able to see different options available over here. Different options has different working. The most used are the filter, row by join, manage field union. These are the most used one at the unpivot validation value mapping. Explode are very less used depending on scenarios, but these are the one which are mostly used. We will see the join, one, and we will see select pipeline. When we do it, join that. Basically, I will show you here that filter manage field is there. Join what? The function of join is join. Connect to dataset by most. Merging by merging, matching rows and appending the column. Here there are 4 types of joins. One is means join general. The meaning of join is it will compare both the data set and will pick the only columns which are similar in nature. But what is full join, left join and around join? Full join is it will merge the data of all the. What does that mean? Let's say there is a data, there is a column. There are two reports basically. One is employee employee, then first name, last name, super org, supervisory organization, and there's another data set which has employee. Add and let's remove super here and mention location. Let's say here it is mentioned as support company. Then country we can mention here we got this one. When we go to the join here, full join will do. Whatever they do is when I will do a full join of it will create this employee ID. It will take all the fields from this and do this and also this field from here. To this, it will merge all the things together. That is what we do in the full outer join, but in left outer join, what do is we will only pick the matching files and we'll key and we'll get the data of all the left side, and side is exact opposite of it. What is it we will discuss? Let's say here we are matching the fields employee, employed is there. This is an example of full join. Then there is another example of a join or left join. We'll cover first left join. Here let's say there are one thing where there's another one. Thing in common first name. What do is here we will get all this detail of the left one, but we will only get the details of this. We won't get the details of this table. Why? Because we will only get the common fields of it. Let's say here there are 3 records and here also there are 5 records. 5 records are there. It will get these 3 records, but it will see that it has any unique ones or not. If it will only match it and only bring the which are the matching ones. Let's say the key. We use the joining key as employee. Employee, if employee matches, then only it will give us that particular detail of it. Understanding practical. Let me see if any. I will use your data only for it. Add pipeline. Here I can do the comparison. Here is my data set, which has 3 workers and your data set. Your data set. Can I edit your data set? For no problem here, please go ahead. Yes. I just need to remove one stage from it. Country. When I do it again, in here, go to cancel. Join pipeline here. Here it will ask me for the comparison. You can see B is DB worker data and buys are this data. I will be able to combine it. Then what I will do is I can match the rows. Whatever it does, it specifies the condition that will define this joint. To get the accuracy of the data, what we do is we generally get the data of it. Let's say that if we are combining this, we want a key. If we won't give the key, it won't give us the accurate data. Let's say here we are using the key as a first name here and first name here, and we are selecting a left outer. Join, here you can see it will ask here. Both the names will come first. Name over here and first name over here. And when we do a left outer join, specifies field from both input data set to carry to the new one. It will get the data of all the left fields here. Select all and only from this one, the required ones only. Let's say I only require all the matching ones. I will do the working. Here they see there is no unique field actually. Employee ID was not there, I guess. Refreshed I don't have employee ID. We can pull the employee ID for that workers. I got refreshed. We will try again. Join pipeline. I will be this one. Select. And first name from this. And first name from this. Then left auto join. What it will do is, I will click left auto join. It will by default select all this. In this end, I am not sure why it's not working. But when you do a left outer joint, you select all the columns of the left one and only the required ones on this one. Here it was asking that first name. First name will be a duplicate copyright. First name is also here and first name is also here. What do is remove the unwanted one and only bring the wanted ones, which is employee ID, and click on the click done. Once we do the done, here you can see my dataset in your dataset. I will get the result of the join and I can do the preview as I did the preview, and in preview it has added with the employee ID with the matching number. You can see that I didn't have the employee ID from my dataset. Here you can see I have only pulled this employee. What do is it will do the matching. Teresa, it will find Teresa in both the ones and match it and will bring the matching field 5 over here and this. Got. On the other hand, if I go for outer join will do exactly the opposite. It will only select only the limited information from this, let's say any country and all information from this one, and other hand full outer join the purpose of the full outer join is it will get the list of this as this all the fields will be there. Let's say here 5 fields are there and here 6 fields are there. I'll go out, I'll get all the details, but in the join it is very important to establish a key for joining it. What is the key? Is matching field. It's a Teresi is there. It is also Teresi is there. There is a stress is here. There's also here. I will match first name with the first name, and when that match finds it, you will pull the data for other columns. You can see I didn't had previously. I didn't had the employee here, but because it was matched with the U or data set, I got the employee ID for my data set. It is important to have the more the number of keys over here, the more I get the accurate data. Let's say I got he last name as the data set won't change. It will still give me the output for the requirements only. Here, let me select this. If I preview here, you can see the output won't change. It will be the same as it is previously. The 3 rows are only there, but it will increase the accuracy of it. Why? Because let's say there are 2 Terrys. One is Terry's Monk and the other is Terry's McNeil. If it does join on the name of first basis, only then it will get confused which value to pick. Because there are 2 terrorists, other 2 first name which are same and is matching in this data set. To increase the accuracy of the report, I'll add another that with the first name also match the last name as it will not only match the Terrys in both the reports, both the data set, but also will match the last name. Here Teresa Monk is there and here let's say Teresa McNeil is there for an example. It will identify the uniqueness and only join in that condition. Any doubt in this particular thing? that in understanding the concept of the key, what is the importance of the key and why we are using it. Clear, it is always preferred by the Workday. If you are not sure, let's say if I'm not sure what keys are matching, let me remove this. I will ask for the suggestion. What you will do is suggestion for join key. Here you can see the Workday suggests from their end that locations are matching. It is 60% matching for a prime. This first name are also matching 48%, and this is also matching. Sorry, there is a space between first name. Yes, first name and first name is, but it won't match in that way. Let's say the first name, the name is different. Let's say your only name is there, but it will not match with the header, but it will match with the content of it. Yes. Basically, let's say here, let's say change the name of here. Let's say I go to manage field. No, this is my data set. Let's go to data set and change the name of it. Editor, transformation. This is very important one because people generally get confused in this. Let's say if I am only giving name of it, nothing one. Or let's say if I'm giving only for F first name, definitely Y, it's an I give done this. Change will automatically reflect it here. This one, let's make it cancel and do a join over here. And select the pipeline and another pipeline, and with the data of yours, I don't need to do it manually but I went outside of it. I need to do it again. See here you can see first name is coming into refresher. I think yes, I will hear it. I forgot to save it. I forgot to save it. If I don't save it, it won't work. I will give cancel. I will do again. Join and select the pipeline. And here you have to join and ask for the solution. You will see that first name is with enam. It doesn't compare with the name of the column, but rather what I will do is first of all, it will compare with the data type. It will only compare text with the text, numeric with the numeric ones. Once the data types are matched, then it will see the content of it. Here it is checking that 48% names are here are equal in both of them. And I think it's because see 3 names are here as and 3 names are here as, but additional 2 names are there. It is finding 40%. Also in terms of location, there are 3 locations here and distinct 3 locations are here. There is only one, the location, which is unique. If you match it, then it will find 100% match. And here, when you created this, let me close this one. In my data set, if you see California, Austria, New York was there, but in your one California, New York, Austin is there, and what one more is there is California, New York. I think it's same yes, but it has find the match, but basically it's 60% matching because 3 distinct are over here and 3 are over here, but the data rows are different. Here there are 3 rows and here are 5 rows. I can do from primary location as, but location can be same. There are 2 Teresa Monk and Teresa McNeil. They both might be sharing the location as California. That is not the correct key. The correct key is to compare the first name, last name, and employee ID. If I have employee ID, if we say what in practical scenarios we do, let's say when I do a working, let's say I will give you a practical example that I will show you in here. What we do is we create a data set which is the name of the dataset, is SDS. What is this? We will cover it. Basically, it's a dataset which will only. It's a type of derived dataset only, but we name it SDS that it is a shared dataset. We can use it with others. Cover it in the further session. Nominative list. Nominative list is what? Nominatory list is a generic data. Generic data means it will all have all the PI data basically of the worker, including his worker employee, first name, last name, organization manager name, phone number, address, everything will be there. Every fields which are connected to the worker will be there. And there is one DDS which I just created. This is existing one. And this is I created DDS worker data. And it will have only three. It will have only employee ID, employed, and first name, last name, and vacation dates. Vacation start date and vacation date. You can see here there are, I'm not writing because it will be a long list, but consider that it has these three fields, but apart from this field, it will have support. Let me write it down anyway. Company, it will be easy for you to understand company. Manager phone number, country location, and country. What happens is I got a data from any external system which only comprises of this much information only. But what I want to do is I want to get additional details, just support company manager from where I will create a beads first. I will ingest the data. Then I will create a data set, and that data set I'll join this field with this field. The join will be if I create, this is a left field and this is a field, then if I do a join, then I will get this field, this. And I see all the fields from the one and only the required ones from this one. This is the practical scenario which actually we work. We already have a nominatory list. Nominatory list is nothing. This name and this naming might be different in each organization. Basically, we have a shared data set which will have all the details of the worker. There are no filter condition, there are no any criteria, there are no modifications to be done. It's pure data. And why we use this? Just we use it to join and union it with the data set which has very limited information to it. And it happens that when we get the data, I recently was working on a project with a hybrid working. We were getting data from SAP, and in that the detail were mentioned that employee was there and the name was also not there. Only employee was there, and the only employee will be same in legacy system as in Workday. There won't be change in the employee because the people who are working, the employee won't change. And therefore January month, how many days they came to the office and how many days they were working from home. Then I created a data. I got the data. I created a data set with that hybrid working information, and I merge it to get the worker's name, first name, last name, what are their location, because in my data set I don't have their location as with me. Identify that, which country is working hybrid, which work is working full time. I'll be able to achieve that via this functionality of join. Any confusion in join? No, this is the go back to the Excel sheet. Yes, now. Now, when we are the SDS nomination list, we have some columns and join. When you have a join only 3 column, we should come phone number and location country. Our only use of support company manager join is nothing, just that the let's say left join is that if we do the left join, let me show over here DV worker is worker, data is there, it will be considered as the left data set, and the one which we are joining it will be considered as the one. In this case, if we are doing this if it's, let's say this is this control V, control X and control V here. Let's say I have to do a join Y, because I will be doing I will create a derived data set from worker data, and this is a standard practices. We always use the derived data set as the left part and this one as the part, because if we see the lineage in lineage, it will show that the data how it will flow. Let me show the lineage if it is saved. Let me show you the lineage of this. Have an understanding lineage. I haven't done a join. Let me quickly do a join of it. This is the one import. Let me close this. Leave join. Select pipeline RB this data, and it will be first name, F name, and I will. Add another one which is last name and last name. From this I will select left outer join. All the fields from the left and only the fields of employee from here, and done. And I will give save. Once I do it, I think it's got saved. I will give a refresh over here. You will find some change in the lineage. Here you can see you will find some difference in the lineage. This line is straight and this is. Going this, what is the meaning of it? The meaning of it is that this is the primary pipeline flowing, and this is just we are adding from externally. Basically this will be considered as the primary working, and all the things will get added from here, from up, from down. That why it is that, because when we did a join on it, but the main import was DV worker, whatever the import it is, it will consider that lineage as the primary pipeline main, and then let's next one. This one will be considered as a secondary pipeline, but what it? Yes, the SS is the primary or the secondary, STS in the Excel case. This one, yes, in this one, STS will be counted secondary. It is, or it's a good practice. What we do is the primary data we should be keeping as a import one. It should be in the import, and join we should be doing with the STS only. Yes, you can. You get understood that this thumb rule that we always import the primary pipeline which you are working. Let's say here the worker data is there. That's a hybrid working. Data is there. Or let's say in our case, let's say we are working on the vacation data. What we do is we will create a data set. We will import the data set. We will join with the SDS over here. Import will be our primary working as in the main project which you are working on, and already this will be the SDS will be the secondary one. Got what it? Why then that guess? It also has reason. When we see the lineage, it is easy for us to understand the flow of the data. When this is simple one, be able to identify how the data is flowing from where, and also the data set. The stages are also very limited here. But what happens when the disk, all things get complicated? I have came across a lineage, in that I have created a lineage having 35 for 35 for between 35 to 40 linear. That data sets are there. You can assume the number of data set which I need to create for it correct. It will be complex rather than going individually in individual data set and seeing that how the modification is done. What I can do is I can understand the flow of the data. Seeing the lineage of it, I will be able to know that the data is coming from this and we are merging this data and something union or join will be done over here and then the data will flow again outside from the system and again some working is done from this or this side. This is the primary path of it. Understood? Generally, in an organization, the standard data set will be there is known as SDH. SDS is nothing. It is a derived data set only, but we just name it SDS that it will be used for others. Why we are doing SDS? See something. No, it's standard. Everybody can use it. This is yes, everybody use why we are naming. Why you are naming not the TDS and not and why SDS? Because let's say this is the shared one. Let's say this is not the shared one. Let's say modified. This last name, I renamed last name or a remote support all the previous working will be hampered. If I name it as DS, it will be understood to use it and not to modify it because it is shared with different data set. If I want to edit this shared data set, I will think twice, modify it, approves because other things will also fine, yes, because other things are also connected. But if it's a derived data set, I know that it's a derived data set and only the immediate data set will only be hampered for it and no other will hamper and STEES is a generic one. It will be connected with hundreds. 100 data set, all of them will be impacted on and all the things will be hampered in that case. But then nobody will touch. Only yes, correctly, it's a basically there. I said the name is I will do derive, set, and all that will be same, but I will name as SDS that it will be understood as it's a shared one. And we have to use it for arc working and not the other one. Got. In general, the shared data set automatically refreshes or how it works in general scenarios. Yes, as you saw, I go to manage field and I updated the name. First name is fname and I did the save. And when I reload it again and when it added, the new name got updated. Name over here, you can see. And this one, if I open this, I will go to edit and I go to BDS hub. Here name is showing. It works immediately. The moment I do a change over here, I do a changes over here in your data set in here and I save it and after saving I will refresh this because this will be with older data. Once I refresh it, the new changes will reflect over here. If I also do, it's not only with the regards of the name. Let's say I did this and I added a stage of a filter and I filter with the location as only New York and it has only me, Joy. Joe Biden, and Teresa's only there. That same data will be reflected in here as it will work immediately with the zero line. Let me go to cancel and delete. Just the stage and here. When we disconnect a pipeline, what I did is I deleted it. This pipeline is already configured. When I go to change pipeline, I will be able to see additional pipeline. Why? Because I connected with this pipeline, but then I deleted the joint, but it will show, let's say in future, if I want to use it, I can use it to connect. When I click on it, I will be able to see what was the working, what I did in that pipeline join. It's that, but I will delete it. If we keep also, there's no issue in it. It won't hamper it, but it will give us our exclamation error. Now I will cover the cover. We covered filter. Proved by we understood it join, we understood it manage. Will we know we will go for union? Union is same. Union is also same. I will go to RB work with here. It will match the fields. Let's say here for primary. It will match the fields that first name is here, last name is here. It will match the data and it will get the data. Let's say here in the primary pipeline. See here the name is primary pipeline, which is the primary pipeline. The primary pipeline of which I created this one, which I created. TV worker data is the primary pipeline and Derby is the secondary one. You can see the name. The primary pipeline has only this 1, 2, 3, 4 column. Let us check. Again here. Yes, and fifth one is also there. Which one is there? Let me see. Yes, number is not there, and here it is matching only this. What I will do is I will do the rematch. And do rematch it, will rematch it again. Let's say it is not considered over here. What I will do is I will click on it. It is basically what it is doing. It is identifying the common ones. Your first name is there. Steve is there. It will search for Steve. That will match it accordingly. Let's say number is not there. I will enter this. I will go phone number. And here also I will mention the phone number here. And I will mention include all. Include all. That is also what I can do. What I will do is it will match that. Here it wasn't there. Employee was not there in primary pipeline, but in secondary it was there. I will give that. I got an error. What is the error? Let us see. The error is an invalid union mapping long integer. It should have a mapping that here you employee is there. It should have some value to map over here because there is no value here. It is showing that you haven't mapped it correctly and I need to compile it in an effective way. Is combining the data. Me go back and let me drop few columns from here. For example, I will quickly do it. In manage field edit column, let me hide the country phone number and I think first name. We should be keeping it because it will identify it and location. Let's keep it. Done and save and we go over here the union. Let me refresh this one. Delete the stage. Here I deleted this and I will save it and then I'll add a stage. Union. Select a pipeline here, see. You can see now the number of records decreased. Why? Because there was no column more which was matching it. When I give include all, it will include all and here I haven't. I don't have country over here. What it will give is for us, for Steve, it will get the data. Let me give done. You can see that for Donald it is coming as null. Why? Because it is doing combining the data. Steve is also here. Steve is also here. It is merging the data. It is doing the union of it. If I show you in the PPT, it will be easy if I have kept the short most of it. Union is what? It's a mathematical formula. A equals to 1, 2, 3 and B equals to 3, 4, 5. When I do a union BQ is the union symbol. A union bit is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 will be common and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 got it. It will. What it will do is I will also show an example over here. Let's say worker 1, 2, 3 is there and here let's say 1, 2, 1, 4 and 5 is there. Now the output will be 1, 2, 3. Output will be 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Why there was no repetition of 1? Because it was the matching value. But you say why this team was 2 was matching here. The white came double because it was identified as a unique value. Steve Morgan was here. It was named as Austin Warrior, and here it is California. There is some difference in it. If we see the original data also different. Steve is California, and here if I go, Steve is California and Steve is Austin over here. That's why it is giving me union as different one. If it would be same, let's say here Steve is, let me go back here. Let's say Steve is California and this is also California. That will be merged as one data and null, and this row will be completely deleted. What it will match the key, whatever the matching data is. That will bring that masked data and will add the additional data as the additional rows. Any confusion in understanding this concept? This is, I think, then we need to cover other things. We will continue the next session. Meanwhile, you can do is join and you can have a good understanding regarding join and union, that if you have a doubt, we can see it. And if not, continue with the rest stage and then we can move to the calculus different. I'll do that, no problem. Please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@therightuptalk.com.